What is up, YouTube? My name is James. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video here today. Today I'm showing you guys how to edit like Brandon Woelfel in Lightroom. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description below. Anyway, guys, that's been it. My name is James. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Okay, so here's the photo that I'm going to be editing for you guys to show you how to edit like Brandon Woelfel. Now, this video isn't really much how to edit exactly like Brandon Woelfel because personally, I don't think anyone in the world can do it. He is incredible. He's one of a kind. His edits are insane. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to edit like Brandon Woelfel, a similar style, as best as I possibly can. So this is the photo we're editing. It's of Jessica Chertok. She's a musician. This photo shoot was for her album cover, and this actually ended up being her album cover, and I think it went really, really well. I'm super proud of this photo. It took me like literally an hour and a half to edit, and I think it came out my best portraits I've ever taken. Okay, so this is the before of the photo, and honestly, like, can we appreciate how insane of like a turn that is? Like how insane it is that this came from that. Like that's pretty crazy. Like I think it's insane that you can even do that like with anything. Let's get straight into this. So first we're gonna edit the temperature and the tint. I want to make this picture a little bit cooler. So we're gonna go right over here and we're gonna bring it to about, let's say, that's too much. Let's say right there. I think that's good. Exposure, we're gonna up to, let's say, plus 30. Right there, plus 0.30. That's good right there. Contrast, we're gonna up to around, like, let's say, right here. So we have the beginnings of this photo. Already, you can see just with these little edits here that the raw looks already pretty decent. Like this whole picture, like it's set up to be beautiful. You have these awesome, beautiful lights in the background. Right over here are these little bokeh of like these cars going by. You can see the little orange lights right there. There was these cars with little bokeh on them. There was the lights she was holding, the bokeh from the fairy lights just in front of her. These lights back here. There's lights everywhere, bokeh everywhere. And the street is just lit up because of the lights up there. This picture was actually taken on like 52nd Street and 8th Avenue back in the wintertime, back in February. They had all these lights and it was super cool. Maybe they still have them up, maybe they don't. Maybe it was like a winter thing. I'm not sure, but it was so cool. Let's go straight into the highlights, shadows, and whites and blacks. White highlights we're going to bring up to about, let's say like right there, it's like plus 58. We're going to bring our shadows to around, let's say plus 24. Whites up to around plus 60. Yeah, that's good. Blacks we're going to bring up to around plus 19, 20, like right there. Clarity, we're going to leave clarity alone. I actually never touched clarity in the whole photo. We're going to bring the vibrance up to around plus 43 right there. Saturation to around plus 12. Now right now you're thinking, oh my god, these colors, they look gross, James. The shadows made her look so terrible. It looks a terrible photo. Trust me. Let's trust the vision, let's trust the kid, okay? It's gonna get better. So now we're gonna completely like fuck this tone curve up right here. Okay, we're gonna fuck it up, okay? We're bringing our first point like right here. Our second point is going to be about right there. And our third point is going to be around right here. Now again, you're thinking, holy shit, yeah, you just ruined the photo even more. It looks fucking awful. You can't see half of her face. It's purple. Literally, your skin's purple and orange and green. It's gross. Yes, I know. And this is probably the biggest challenge in editing one of these photos. If you go to edit one of your own photos, you're going to not run into trouble like this. It's the hardest part when you're messing with all these different lights and all these different colors. It's so difficult to control the skin tones. It's literally the hardest thing ever. It's the biggest obstacle I come into when editing these photos. And once you overcome that, you can do anything you want with these photos, and it's incredible. Next, we're going to go to our HSL, our hue, saturation, luminance. We're going to go to our oranges, make them just a little bit more red. We're going to go to our yellows, bring them to around, let's say, -15. Our greens, we're going to keep normal. Our aquas, we're going to do, again, around like negative like 3-ish. Our blues, we're going to make negative around 29, make them more cyan. Our purples, we're going to make a little more blue, just like that. Our magentas, we're going to make more purple, just like that. Our saturations, I actually didn't touch any of the saturations, to be honest, so we're going to skip those. Luminances, we're going to keep our reds where they are. We're going to put our oranges to around, let's say, plus 22. Right there. Doesn't need to be exact. Our yellow, we're going to put to plus 32 as well. Green, we're going to keep normal. Blue, we're going to put up to around plus, let's say, 6. Our purples and our magentas, we're going to keep normal. Actually, let's put our aquas up to plus 6 as well. Actually, no, sorry, not plus 1, plus 7. Right there, perfect. Okay, so now, next, for our highlights. All I do is make this around 6 for our highlights. Keep the hue at 0. Next, for our shadows, we're going to make our hue very much more like cyan blue-ish, and our saturation pretty decently high. So it's going to be around like right there. That's perfect. That's exactly where we want it. Next, we're going to skip all this stuff. We don't need it. Next, we're going to go to our vignetting. Make it around, let's say, around like minus 30-ish. Right there. And then for our camera calibration, we're going to leave our shadows alone, our red primaries. We're going to make it around like minus 4, just like that. Our green primaries we're going to leave alone. And hue for our blue primary, we're going to make it around like negative 39, just like that. And now you're thinking, oh my god, James, you just edited this whole photo and it looks fucking garbage. This photo is garbage, James. Holy shit, why are you making this tutorial? Because this photo is about brushes. Brushes are everything. Okay, so now that we have all the main settings done for our photo, we have to go into the brushes. So first thing we want to do is we want to make herself brighter. She's super dark right now, and we need to make sure she's brighter because it will just make this photo look so much better. So we're just going to go in and brush just her whole body. Everything that's showing, we're just going to brush just like this. Go in, brush everything. Make sure we don't get the bokeh because then that'll make the bokeh too bright and it'll look gross. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be pretty decent. Just like that. Now what we're going to do to this is we're going to up the exposure to around 0.50. Just like that. And now look at that. Now if we go to our old photo, it's very little difference. Now we're just going to be fixing up the minor imperfections from the lighting. Next brush, we are going to go in and fix her forehead. Her forehead's still pretty purple, so we want to make sure it's not anymore. So we're going to go in and we're going to fix her purple. This is just the top half of her face is purple, so we're going to fix that. So we're going to go in there. That's pretty good. And we're going to make the temperature around 7. And we're going to up the exposure to around 0.17. Just like that. And there you have it. Her face is no longer purple. A little tint of purple on her nose, but that's okay. Actually, no, let's see what we can do about that. Let's go to a new brush. Let's just up the exposure just a tad. Just do it for all right here. That makes it better, actually. That's good. Alright, so next is her eyes. Her eyes need a pop. So we're going to fill in right here. We're going to zoom into her eyes. Let's let the picture load so we can see what we're doing exactly. It's always a little annoying waiting for the picture to load. There we go. So our picture is loaded. Let's go into her eyes right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the temperature -10 to bring out the blue. Or make it 23 tint. Now we're going to bring the exposure to -0.05 and our saturation to -1. And now, real quick, we're actually just going to erase the whites of her eyes. And just let that be like her actual eyes itself. It looks pretty blue, but that's okay because they are blue eyes, and you're gonna see it from far away. You're not gonna be zooming in that close. Just like that. We actually want to make the exposure negative 0.05. Okay, just like that. Very good. That looks awesome. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to edit her hair. Her hair is too yellow. Her hair is not that yellow. It's like a dirty blonde. So what we want to do is we want to just brush her hair just like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the temperature negative 49 to make it more cooler. Just like that. We're going to up the exposure to around 0.034 and make the saturation around -3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our erase tool, and we're just going to erase right here so that her head is not blue. Just like that. We don't want any blue hair. Awesome. Very good. Next, we want to edit the lights. The lights are a little bit, I don't know. They're not perfect, okay? They are not perfect. So we're just going to go along here. We're just going to brush our lights just like so. We're also going to edit these ones right here. And these ones as well. And what we're going to do to those is we're going to make our temperature all the way up here. We're going to make our tint all the way up here as well. We're going to up the exposure to about 0.34. And the saturation to about +55. Just like that. And really get those colors out of there. Make it super bright. Just like that. Now, we have one last brush to make here before we go into just like final edit and just look around, see if anything else could be done. We're gonna go to these little dots, right? These little polka dots right here, and we're just gonna make them -75 around there. Doesn't be perfect. 54 tint, negative 0.23 exposure, and a 21 saturation. Just make it perfect. Just like that. If we take that off, that's what we get. And boom, that's what we get with the brushes. So next, let's go in and just look for anything else that we could brush. I personally want to see if we could do anything like the street right here. The street's a little bit blue, and I think it would look really good if it wasn't blue anymore. If it was like this. Less yellow, I guess. A little bit less yellow. A little more purple. I think that's actually pretty cool. That's nice. A little less saturated, though. A little bit more crushed shadows. Actually, no, more shadow. Like right there, actually. I think that's pretty good. We're just going to go in this little orange spot right here and see if we can just make it a little more purple. Just like that. Again, it doesn't need perfect. It does not need to be perfect in any way. I'm not perfect here, and I'm not going to spend hours on one photo like this just to make it perfect, because frankly, I don't think anyone has time for that unless you're doing it professionally. That little street spot right there, we made it a little more yellow. We made the tint a little more yellow. This up here, we're going to make a little bit more yellow as well. Just like that. Try to get that little blue spot out of the way. Just like that. That's awesome. Perfect. Bam. I think we have a finished photo. Let's go back to the original copy and see what the difference is between the one I just edited now and the one we edited before. We have that. So this is the one we just edited right now, and this is the one we edited before. You can take your pick on which one you like better. I personally, I don't know. I like both, I like what I did with the street in the one I just edited, but I kind of like the more blue in her face in this one. I'll be honest, but I think both are pretty great. I love both. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, this isn't a video on how to edit exactly like Brandon Woelfel, but it's to get a similar look to him. Because I don't believe you should edit like anyone perfectly exactly like them. Because I think that everyone should have their own style and have their own certain way of editing on their photos. And this is the way I edited this photo. It's not my style, but it's just something I came up with and decided to do and try. And I think it came out really well. And if you want to do this edit as well, then go for it. Go ahead. And at the same time, try to mess with it. Develop your own style. Don't try to just go up and try and take someone else's style, because honestly, you will never succeed, because theirs will always be a step ahead of yours. Anyway, that's been it, guys. My name's James. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
This is the center that's getting on the linoleum floor. This is the center of quarantine wings in a hospital. It's not so pleasant and it's not so pleasant. Oh!
Finally! Wait, time out. Don't jump down. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh! There it is.
So, Logic followed me on Instagram apparently. That's kind of interesting.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
Out here catching bangers. I hate myself. Like I do. I actually hate myself.
I hate you too.
Thanks.